And that was an empowering message from Zoomlion on your TV screens this morning. And our guest is a communicator from Zoomlion. And this morning, she's here to address a trending news item, which has been making the rounds in our news cycle. In some quarters, this deal between the YEA and Zoomlion has been described as unconscionable, costing Ghana some $3 billion from the year 2006. On the back of that, the president issued a letter last week to abrogate the contract between Zoomlion and the YEA. And that's why this morning, Emma Adjoa Apia Oseiduya, Director of Communications and Corporate Affairs, is gracing our studios. Oba, good morning.
Good morning.
Everything okay?
Everything is okay.
Good stuff. I can tell you've been very busy going around and all. So this morning, I'll make it very comfortable for you. I need you to breathe. She needed that. Anyway, so you cited that letter, or you've received that letter from the presidency from last week. This morning, just clarify for us, what's the contract or what's the status of that contract between Zoomlion and the YEA at this moment?
Thank you very much. To pick it from your question, we have not received any letter from government. Okay. But we also saw what you saw, and definitely haven't seen it to read it.
So you haven't received it at this moment, no letter at all, but you've cited it?
No, for that letter, it was not addressed to us.
Okay.
Neither was it copied to us.
Okay.
So it's just doing the rounds for us, and we've also seen it in the space. Now, this contract expired in March 2024. Yeah. Now, for the relationship we have with YEA since 2006, when it's about 3 months to the expiration of a contract, either of the parties can raise it to prompt the other. So most often we do. So we did that, and we received a response that, yes, it is true, but we will be given a 6 months extension. Okay. And truly, we had that 6 months extension, which ran the contract till September 2024. Now, many a time when we get to the tail end of a contract like that, it takes a few months for them to prepare and then either give us the nod to carry on or call for a competitive bidding. Okay. I'm saying this because the very one that has ended its lifespan, we went into a competitive bidding in 2019. Okay. And after 2 years, we were asked to continue. Right. And we came to this end at September. Okay.
All right. Now, how would you respond to critics who are saying this is a setback for Zoomlion?
Oh, no, we don't see it as a setback. Rather, it's an opportunity to reaffirm our interest in the whole job, to show how resilient we are and how relevant our work is. Okay? Because everybody is talking about it. If it weren't important, nobody would talk about it. So this is the opportunity for us to remind Ghanaians of what we have done to support Mother Ghana. When we came in, the heaps of waste that greeted people at the entrances of towns and cities, we helped to remove them all. Right. Today, those lands are useful parcels of land, not for anything. It's a park that people can run to enjoy themselves. Right. Yeah, so we have done a lot. From there, we have developed a lot of things. We moved on to help clean the stadia, the 4 stadia that we used during the CAN 208. We did this. For this, we got the opportunity to bid for the Angola CAN 2008.
No, it wasn't 2008. I can't remember.
2008 was in Ghana.
Yes, in Ghana. CAN 2008 was in Ghana. So after that one.
After that one, we did it in Angola.
20, so like 2 years after.
2010.
2010, yeah.
So if our work wasn't good, we wouldn't have had that one. We moved into many countries. For example, right now we are in 24
I'm told.
Countries. The one that fascinates me most is Zanzibar.
Okay.
We have a contract in Nigeria which spans 35 years.
And it's the same module that you practiced in Ghana that you've carried into all these other 24 countries?
That formed the base of everything we have done. So the countries visit to come and see what we have. From research, we realized that the characterization of our waste and the bulk of it, about 62%, was organic. So it informed our decision to establish the ACAP, Accra Compost Recycling Plant, so that we can give our organic waste a second life by creating compost, recycling that one and bringing our compost. We select the type of plastics that can be used here and pelletize them, melt them, wash them, melt them, pelletize, and then send the pelletized material to universal plastic recycling. And then they also add other things to it and generate bins, other equipment, other plastic equipment we can use at home, probably chairs, bowls, and all. So it is the YEA assignment was the core of our everything in environmental sanitation. So when people see what we do, they come in to verify themselves, make phone calls to the powers that be, find out who we are, and how authentic, how transparent, and all these 24 countries cannot be mistaken. So they request for different packages. Some request for technical know-how, some request for wastewater treatment plants, some request for medical waste plants to be set up, and name them. So we are flying the flag of Ghana in all these countries, supporting environmental sanitation management.
Earlier on in your submission, you talked about competitive procurement processes. And I would want you to talk about that. Is that something that Zoomlion actually believes in? And is that what you have been preaching and practicing all the years? Yes.
Competitive bidding is not new. And we have other service lines we run, and in those service lines, we enter into bidding. The picture seems like we walk in there and grab the job and run away with it and do it. It is not it. Where will Ghanaians be? Earlier, we started by introducing an innovation because my boss heard that the YEA sanitation model, they were going to use donkey carts to collect the waste that will be aggregated from the streets. And so he had come in with tricycles, manual tricycles, trying them somewhere in Bolga. So he came in and was like, as a good citizen, oh, I've heard this is going to happen, but what do you think about this one too? Because if we are using donkeys to cart waste from principal streets, won't we have to spend to come back and clean after the donkeys? Let us use these tricycles. These tricycles will not leave any residual waste there. So it was a laudable idea to the powers that be.
So innovation is one thing that you stand for.
It's key.
And that's what you have introduced in all these years that you've been working here in Ghana. But some people will say that it's not just about innovation. It's also about what you've been able to do to help the very people who work for you, like the sweepers and all that. How much have you impacted the lives of these sweepers and the people who work for Zoomlion?
As you can see in your shot, the lady on the tricycle, I personally was part of the team that trained her to be able to ride heavy duty, operate heavy duty equipment. Okay, the part I did, we trained them to do numeracy and literacy, so you get to know where they are coming from, so they can sit and write the paper for the licenses. They went through this and they were so glad. They were so glad. Their lives were transformed with just that move, because she started like this. And today she's doing the landfill compactor. She compacts the waste on the landfill. Some of them are riding or are operating the skip trucks. Others are operating compaction trucks that come into our homes to pick waste. We moved them on to China to benchmark what is happening there. Go and see your fellow female also doing something big for her country. And this is what has given them the interest and the desire and the energy to work more. They are so empowered. And one of them has even gone up to further her own self to become an accountant at Tamale today. We also send even the YEA staff, the field staff, we send them to Russia and Belarus to benchmark what is happening there so that they can bring back the knowledge they have acquired to support their teams.
Some people would say that these are but a handful of people that you're talking about. How about the masses? How about the complaints that we've heard that some of them take as small as 250 Ghana cedis and all of that? Moving forward, or what has it been, or what is your absolute plan for the welfare? And then in terms of remuneration, what is the way forward for Zoomlion?
Great. Talking about remuneration, we do not engage the beneficiaries. Mm-hmm. It is the owners of a contract that do this, and that is the YEA. Okay. Now, when we get the nod to do the job for a particular period, we sit with YEA and we discuss what is the volume of money per head that is there. We need logistics. This is our financial proposal. It will cost so much. Oh, okay, reduce this one. We will prefer that one to this one. We do that kind of discussion. Okay, your management fee for all that you're doing too will be this. And for the beneficiaries, we will bring them on board and hand them over to you to manage. And this is the amount of money each one will take. They write letters to them.
So you have no hand in that at all? You don't dish money out to your own workers? It's the YEA, you say, that does that?
YEA assigns them to us, we manage, and they make us pre-finance their payment, and then they reimburse us after every quarter. That is the arrangement.
Okay. So moving forward, how do you assure the public that the sweepers and everyone who works with Zoomlion is well taken care of and well paid?
For Zoomlion, our staff, they know what they get as staff of Zoomlion. Okay. And as and when we have the contract, per the arrangements we have with YEA, what it's deemed fit to be paid to YEA, as we are instructed, we will do. But don't forget that we have become so much in bed with the staff, the beneficiaries, that whatever the Zoomlion direct staff gets at the end of the year, for example, they get some. When we are doing our own private jobs and we request for support and you have the time and you want to join, you're paid separately of the 258 that is your regular, at most 4-hour job that you do. This job was not set up as a full-time 8-hour job. It was set up to occupy the youth who might have finished the phase of education and waiting to continue. So get something to occupy yourself until when you decide to move on.
So it's not a 9-to-5?
It is not a 9-to-5 at all.
Right.
So I said somewhere that I worked as a supervisor of the beneficiaries before. And I was supervising Teshi and Nungwa. And I had some ladies who were traders in the Nungwa market. They sold cloth. But early in the morning, they will not go and open their shop. They will rather come and sweep. And I found it unbelievable. So I asked them, why wouldn't you go and concentrate on your shop? They're like, oh, we love to sweep. We as females have been trained to sweep and we want to do this. We love the party then. So we want to join. So they do that quickly and then they go and open their shop. So from there, the training sessions we have with them, our team discussions, we tell them that you cannot rely on this 4 hours and make it. When you do this, move on, do something else. Elsewhere, we know our brothers and sisters who have traveled. One may be doing 2 or 3 jobs. If you are lucky and your job doesn't occupy all your hours in the day, why won't you do more?
Emma, we are running out of time, but just before you go, you know the government is on a Reset Ghana mission. And I just want to ask you this morning that what are you bringing on board Zoomlion moving forward to tie into this very mission or agenda of government?
The Reset agenda is very welcome. Every nation desires to make progress. And we of Zoomlion, we fall in line with that also. We are ready to go along whatever will benefit the nation that the government brings on board.
Emma, Thank you for coming this morning. I wish there was more time for us to get into the matters, but we do not have time this morning. Emma Adjoa Apia Oseiduya, Director of Communications and Corporate Affairs from Zoomlion, has been our guest this morning. Thank you so much for coming. We'll meet later and then we'll talk more. Right. Thank you so much for coming. Let's take a breather. We'll come back with another discussion before we say goodbye this morning.
Nothing under the sun will shake me. Kick me home.
You know, Nigeria and Africa, nobody's going to motivate you, so you have to motivate yourself first.
Please say that again. I needed that this morning for myself.
Like in Africa entirely, there is nobody that is going to motivate you, not even the government. So you have to motivate yourself to do whatever you want to do.
So that's how you motivated yourself to come to Ghana, to join Tour Do Ghana. But before winning, Tour de Ghana last year. Had you won any titles or anything back home in Nigeria?
I'm actually international cyclist rider in Nigeria.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I've been to UK for cycling competition, Egypt and other countries, South Africa, and then I have series of medals,
AJ,
yes.
We are not her
Oh,
size.
no, not at all.
No, we are not her size.
Not
so,
in the least.
So I just said, we together, we are not your size. So we'll just accompany you and we'll be cheering you on. I will be in the ambulance giving you water.
Yes.
AJ will be finding you when you finish the race. How
no problem at all.
But AJ, but that's really laudable. Congratulations on all that you have achieved so far. So this year you are here again to compete. I told you we are not her size.
No, not at all.
So now what do we do about the other contestants?
And you see how I love it how a lot of our cyclists come with a winning mentality. They are all in a race to ensure that they walk away as winners. And the best part is we have so many amazing prizes for our winners as well. So for us, we don't look at just the first three. We also do a lot of different categories. So
she can testify.
So the first place winner this year is getting 10,000 cities. 10,000 Ghana cities. Our second place winner is getting 5,000 cities. And our third place winner is getting 3,000 cities. But it doesn't end there. So our fourth to sixth place is getting 1,500 cities each. Our seventh to 10th place is getting 1,000 cities each.
How about those of us distributing the water?
You will get there. As well, we love it how our para athletes also join us. So for our para athletes, the blind, the amputee, when they join us, the winners in that category gets for blind 2,000 cities, for amputee 2,000 cities as well. We have a prize for our youngest rider, and we have a number of them. Some as young as 13, 14. 12 riding with us. So our youngest this year is getting 1,000 Ghana cities. And our oldest rider, we have someone who's 70 and plus who ride with us as well, is getting 1,000 Ghana cities. And doesn't end there. For our ladies, just like Patience won this year as well, our women are walking away with some great prizes as well. Our winning ladies walking away with 3,000 Ghana cities. Our second place winner is walking away with 2,000 Ghana cities. And our third place winner is walking away with 1,000 Ghana cities. So for our women, because usually
so wait, if Patience comes out tops, she's getting the 10,000 in addition to the 3,000.
Yes,
so
yes. So the women end
3,000.
Yes. So and then they end usually. So the thing with the professional riders as against the women riders, we according to the Cycling Federation, women usually don't have the stamina to go as much as the men. So they end at a different point.
She says you are wrong. This year she's going to beat that record.
So we would love to see it. So we have the women end just a little before the finish line as well, just to see and make sure that all our women can cross it at that point. So then we now judge it based on the point that they crossed. And then all the way through but the point is, if a woman has the capacity to get to the final finish line, we encourage them to do so.
Patience, you are doing that this year.
If the woman has
if she feels she has the zeal to go all the way to the, then you win the 10,000 and then you get the 3,000.
Yes, now.
So if you have the capacity, this year, prove us.
So show to us that you can.
Last year, the distance they give female was normal. Like I think it was about 80 kilometers last year, and then the price was still